I'm Mary McCarthy, as my previous chairperson just said, and I'd like to acknowledge Carol O'Connell and Francis Kearney for their help with this presentation. Now, the introduction, the Economic Breeding Index is a profit-based index used to identify genetically elite animals for Irish production systems. And genomic selection supplements this traditional method. And it commenced in Ireland in 2009. And we've over 7,000 bulls in the reference population. And it uses the DNA profile of an animal as well as ancestry and performance to increase the data reliability. Now, the uptake of genomically selected bulls, sorry, I'm in an awful hurry. The uptake of genomically selected bulls in Ireland since it was introduced in 2009 has been very high. They accounted for 47% of inseminations in 2011. And they have to be used in teams of 5 because of their lower reliability. And the daughter-proven bulls in Ireland had a 29% usage on farms in 2011, and the EBI was 143, with a 75% reliability. And the daughter-proven international bulls, there was 24% of these used on Irish farms, on average 3.3 bulls per herd, and the reliability of this group is 47 and an EBI of 155. Now, the history of the service, it commenced in 2011 based on the Illumina bovine 3K chip for male animals mainly. And in December 2011, we advanced to the bovine LD chip at no extra cost. And in spring 2012, we launched the service for the genotyping of females. And basically, the service is focused on providing genetic evaluations for dairy animals. Now, it has many benefits. It gives a more accurate estimate of the genetic merit of an animal at a younger age. It speeds the rate of genetic gain. And the average increase in reliability of a genomic proof over parent average is 10 to 25%. And this is equivalent to 10 to 14 daughters in milk production. And it also helps to identify correct parents. And the female genotypes provide a large amount of accurate information for the reference population. Now, these are the steps in the service process. Central to all these steps is the ICBF database. And the first step is the animals are selected for genotyping and the request is submitted over the phone or by web. The hair sampling kits are generated and posted. The hair samples are collected by the herd owners. I didn't have to go out and collect any samples yet, but after our last speaker I might be asked. They're then returned to the ICBF and dispatched to the laboratory. The laboratory extracts the DNA and it's analysed on the SNP chip. And the genotypes are received back into the ICBF database. The files are loaded to the iGenop database, and the animals validated and the tracking updated. The animal groups are extracted for evaluation. Genomic values are computed, and the EBIs are distributed, genomic EBIs. Now, these are the products that we use and the prices, and these prices are all inclusive. We started with the Illumina bovine 3K chip, and this was used in 2011 for Holstein Friesians only. Then we moved to the bovine LD chip, and we can genotype Holstein Friesians and pure Friesians on this chip, and that costs €50 also. And the offer on the female genomics for full groups currently is €30. On the SNP 50 chip, we genotype pure Friesians whose sire is not already genotyped. And on the bovine HD is used for the beef animals for the reference population, and this is €300 per sample. Now, the female genomics, the goal at the moment is to use them in the reference population, and this is because we need both phenotypes and genotypes. And we asked farmers to genotype a full group. This is to prevent bias in case we were just selecting particular animals. And the farmers can use these genomic results then to make better breeding decisions. The projects to date, we started off in 2008 with the dairy reference population using the SNP50 chip. And that reference population is ongoing. And also the beef reference population is started in 2011, and that's also ongoing using the bovine HD chip. Young bull calves, we started genotyping those in 2009, and that's a work in progress all the time. And the females are from 2012, we started in 2012 on the bovine LD chip also. Now, the number of animals genotyped, I've broken it down between farmers and AI companies and chip types. And the large increase in the farmer genotyping from 2011 and 2012 is due to the female genotyping project. And there's also been a huge increase in the amount of young male animals genotyped by the AI companies in 2012. And the number of animals in the beef reference population is currently 2,606, and in the dairy reference population, 7,081. Now, the current criteria for an animal to be genotyped, it must be Holstein or Friesian and not more than 6.25% of a third breed. And this is because the reference population consists only of these breeds. And sire and the maternal grandsire must be recorded on the database. And pure Friesians can be genotyped on the 7K chip if the sire has already been done on the 50K panel. Now we have the users of the service. They are the AI companies. They get a file of the recently registered male calves each week, and they pick out the animals that they might think would be suitable for entry into an AI station. Our other group of users are herd owners signed up to the ICBF Breeding Information Service and the breed societies. Now, the first step in ordering a genotype is the user logs on to the ICBF website and enters their username and password. And when one of the AI company users logs in, this is the screen that they see. The first step is to enter the animal tag to validate it. They choose the chip type, LD at the moment mainly, and the sample type, which we're using mainly now as well as hair. And when this sample animal number is submitted, it generates a request for a sample kit to be issued from ICBF. This is the Herd Plus user screen. You go into the genomics section and you place your order. And this brings up a profile of all the animals in your herd that are eligible and the ones that are not eligible for genotyping. And you see here the animals that are eligible. It will say the chip type, whether they're eligible, and it will state the cost. And you select genotype and you request the genotype. Now, the payment methods. Once you've selected the animals, you confirm and you pay by credit card or laser card. And we also take orders over the phone, and you can pay by check also. This is the screen where you confirm your order. Now, following the submission of the orders, hair sample kits are mailed directly to the herd owner. And the kits contain hair sampling cards, one per animal, and these are all bar-coded with the full interval number. And they get a cover letter and hair collection instructions and envelopes to return the samples to ICBF. This is a detailed information sheet of the way to take the hair samples. It's very important, so we want people to give us about 40 to 60 root follicles, mainly from the tail. The AI companies, many of the AI companies are after the same calf. So what we do in that case is we send out one hair card And we send a contract from each of the AI companies, and the owner returns just one contract with the hair card. And this contract indicates which company is to receive the genotype. This is the screen that we use when the samples are received back into ICBF. They're scanned into this screen, and the contracts are also scanned. Now, we use 2 laboratories currently, and these laboratories are Weatherby's Ireland and Neogen USA. We send the samples on a weekly basis, and an electronic file of the sample details is also sent. Now, the results stage, the laboratory automatically transmits the results to the ICBF database. And the file is loaded, and the animals validated, and the tracking updated. And animals with low call rates, less than 90%, are removed and reissued at this stage. Valid animals and valid genotypes are loaded to the iGenop database, and the different animal groups are extracted for evaluation. Now, this is the genotype tracking screen, and all the different stages from when the request is made to when it's sent out to the farm, received back in ICBF, when it's sent to the lab, the genotype received and the genotype published. All the different stages can be tracked on this screen. The evaluations. Each week, genotypes are extracted from the database, imputed, and genomic breeding values are computed. And the genomic EBIs are distributed to the customer who placed the order. And the AI companies get their files sent to them as soon as the results are available. And 2 weeks after that, all the results for the male calves are available on the ICBF public gold search. And the genomic evaluation reports are available on the website or by post. And we send a text when these results are available on the website. And the herd owners that are signed up to the ICBF Herd Plus service can view their results also in their EBI and genomics profiles. A certain amount of the genotypes come back indicating that we have incorrect sires. This is currently 6.5% error rate. When these are checked against all the sires on file, it reduces the error rate down to 1.5%. So changes are made, and the farmers and breed societies are notified. This is the genomic evaluation report that all the clients receive for each animal. And on the left-hand side here, you can see the EBI and all the sub-indexes, the official genomic evaluation, the reliability, the parent average valuation, the reliability of that, and then you can see the big change in the reliability between the parent average and the official genomic evaluation. Now, the service has worked very well. We've had a large uptake and a high level of interest with excellent call rates. And the turnaround time, when all is going well, is 3 weeks from sample submission to a genomic result. And we have a fully traceable, integrated system. And we're currently doing research for other dairy breeds and beef cattle with a view to having some results on genomic breeding values for these groups later on this year. Thank you very much for your attention.